See if anyone gets any notifications about going live. What do you think, Argo? Hey, we got someone. So it might not be easy to tell in the sea of white, but we are at Rotary Park here in Sault Ste. Marie. You might notice parking lot full of cars. Because Clyde's is open this weekend for Valentine's Day weekend. So once I'm done with this live, you can bet I'll be pulling up there. Getting some grub right there. You can be sure of that. So this has not been plowed in some time. And again, I don't know if you can tell. There's a huge pile of snow here. So there's no driving out onto the island, you know? Yes. And you see, look at that. We're going to talk about that ice here more in just a second. Because that wasn't there last time I was here. New Jersey, wow. So when I was here last, I'm not sure if it was last weekend or not. Hey, Lori, these days, these winter days and weeks kind of merge together. You see this ice, you can see the Sugar Islander 2 ferry over there. And maybe you see a whole bunch of ducks that are taking off. Wonder if they're all running from that. And you probably can't see. Bald eagle though. But the ice line was way down there. After the Mackinac came up here and broke this all up, because the Sugar Islander 2 was having a hard time. The ice was really encroached on them. And they were actually giving warnings, like telling people if you cross, be ready, like you may not be able to come back across immediately, the same day. So Mackinac came up here and broke this up, and cleared this out, and the ice line was way, I don't want to say way, but we'll call it a quarter mile, ish, down there. Well, when I was driving here to come here to do this live in the Clydes, I noticed there was a bunch of open water in the river that wasn't there again a week ago. Because we're in the midst of this warm-up. I think we might be at freezing today, which is just amazing. But I think all that ice broke up and it's kind of gotten stuck here just below the path of the Sugar Islander 2. So I'm actually kind of hanging out here, waiting for them to go. I see they're still loading. Maybe we'll come down here a little further. I will be staying on this side. You can see the guardrail. There is dirt out there, but it's impossible to tell where the land ends, and you might just be standing on ice or snow over water. And I'm not looking to do a polar plunge. I did that once. See some people here. I saw them leaving. I think they're going to Clyde's. They're ice fishing out here. It's like they still have all their poles in there. This is the kids' pond here in the summer. There's a net across, and then they stock this with fish. And then they take the net out, and the I guess outside summer. And yeah, I've seen the ice fishing hut there. I've seen people ice fishing there a couple times. So it's kind of neat. I'm still like, it's almost freezing, which might sound weird to be boggled by that, but it's been so cold. I think we had 29 days, assuming we get above freezing. I think we had 29 days below freezing. There we go, up, up. There's the best boy. It's right there. There we go. State. Yeah, see, they're gonna need a little bit of attention here with this ice pretty soon. I'm not even sure what they're gonna do because this is, again, it's all ice. I just don't know. The Katmai Bay just came back yesterday. I'm sure this is being watched, though. I'm sure of it. For today, though, the ferry has a clear path. Nice. What do you think, Argo? Normally in the summer, I'd be right here and there'd be a ship coming right up the river. No ships today. No ships today. Stay. Yes, he is. I think he knows it too. He's a really good boy. I was here, well, again, last weekend, but I think it was 3 weekends ago now I was here. It was really cold. I think it was like -4 when I was here, and there was ice forming on the flowing water. It was interesting, like just like a skim on top. It was interesting watching the ferry cut through it. So Argo is very close to being 12 years old. When I adopted him, they said his birthday was on Valentine's Day. I don't know how true that is because he was a stray. In fact, his name at the Humane Society was Valentine. I've never called him that ever. And anyway, I adopted him 11 years ago in December. So he is darn near 12, or at least really close to it. Right, Argo. Right, Argo. So we had a nice hike today, a snowshoe, I guess. They're at Tequamanon Falls on the North Country Trail. So we went and did that today. That was really nice. I think the Tequamanon Falls look best in the winter. I've never seen it with peak fall colors, so I guess I need to make that distinction. Yeah, I can't wait for the boats either, man. It's been tomorrow will be a month since lock's closed. Seems like it's been ages. I don't know if you can see that bit of railing there. That's a bench. So that's the top of the back of a bench you see sticking out of the snow. We have a lot of snow. That is for sure. I'm going to try to zoom in here. I know we're not really going to see. You see that tree there? There's one bald eagle in it now. Bald eagles hang out in that tree. So you can see just the one there. But often there's more. Nicer weather, they might be out on the prowl. You know, not just hanging out. And there's the very frozen St. Mary's River. I think you can kind of see the path the Katmai Bay took. I think that's it there. It looks like it. I could be wrong though. It certainly wasn't here when they came up. Just kind of has that look. I don't know if it really shows up. Let me zoom a little more. It does look blue, right? It's like blue ice over there. You see that blue? Not the metal on the other end, but the ice there. That looks really blue. And I have not seen the goats over there in winter. I got blue ice. I'm going to zoom out. Okay. I'm going to go a little further down here. Still, like, you get used to how to dress. Oh, I'll turn it around. There we go. You get used to how to dress for the cold weather, and then it warms up like this, where it's just barely below freezing. And I'm like, how do I dress? You don't want to be overdressed. "60 degrees in North Carolina." Wow. 60 degrees. Whew. I hear it's quite warm in Minnesota, like 50 degrees over there. So I think we have 3 days. There's, I think, 3 days today, and then 2 more, I think, in the 30s before it starts to cool down again. I'm gonna come down here, go through the snow. Argo's like, "Wait a minute, there's a path though. What are you doing, Cody?" Yep. So I wanted to, let me turn this around. This is something I wasn't aware of. I don't know how well you guys will be able to read this. What they talk about here is how they cut channel through the islands. Right there, you see that darker path? You can see that sign, "You are here." So that Goat Island is actually Steer Island. But you see they cut that path through there. They call it the Little Rapids Cut. And that's what we're looking at right here. So it can be confusing if you're looking at a map, because you'll see Island 1 twice because they cut right through it. See it there? And they talk about how they used to go all the way around Sugar Island before they made that cut. So I heard them on the radio talk about the Little Rapids cut. I never understood until I just finally took a moment to read this plaque that's right here at Rotary Park and explained it in clear English there. And see that blue, that's a bench sticking out of the snow. We have a lot of snow, and there's another bench down there. You can just see the top rail of it. It's just buried in the snow. We've received 143 inches of snow so far this winter. Come on, hurry up. This is he's like so confused because we were over here on this path. Come on, Argo. Let's go a little further. Come on. He knows Clyde's is that way. Come on. He is no dummy. That is for sure. Sorry if you hear me sniffling. Not even that cold. I never understood that. About the human nose, why it's got to do that when it's cold out. He doesn't eat it so much, but he'll do this. Let's see if we can do it on camera. So we got Snowball. Argo. He'll like call it. And he'll just so I'll just get a ball of snow, like Snowball, and toss it towards him like that, and he'll catch it. But he doesn't generally eat much snow on his own. I have seen him do it. Mostly when we were living in Oregon and we'd get up in the mountains and it'd be hot and we'd find some snow. He'd lay on it, chew on it. Man, they were plowing this out for a while before they just gave up. I don't know if you can see the mounds from where they were plowing it right here. Ooh. Been a decent amount of foot traffic out here. This little, I think they call it a gazebo. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Do not step off the packed path. Here's another, you see that bench just barely poking out of the snow. Yeah. So just, that's how much snow we have. I'd have to bend over to get in the gazebo. Yeah. We have a lot of it. Oh gosh, I stepped off again. So we're going to take a little jaunt over there. People have been walking out. Whoa, okay. I'm not brave enough to go walk out on that ice. And I'm just not. Come on, there we go. He is not convinced. The table's here, pretty much buried. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, it's past my knees. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. So I'm 6'4". My whole leg's gone. You see that? So maybe this is as far as I'm going to go. I wanted to show, just because it makes me laugh, no sunbathing. Yeah, remember that. No sunbathing. Perfect time of year for sunbathing. Now we got to see if I can get out. Gosh. Look at that. Hey, there we go. You mind holding this camera for me? He is just hanging out, man. You know that is deep. My whole leg is gone. I mean, that's like 3 feet of snow. Let me put this on. Not both legs are down there. Look out, her. Yes. Oh. This is part of a dock. Seaplane dock. I think maybe I can just step up on here. There we go. So obviously the snow had drifted around there and made a little empty spot. Okay. Argo was enthusiastically going back the way we came. I was wearing snowshoes all day. I should have brought them down here to Rotary Park. Okay. Now we're back on the packed path. Ah. Oh. There's a bald eagle. Right there. I'm sure you guys just barely saw it. That's funny. Yep, Argo wants food. So Now we ended up getting out. For a moment though, I was a little curious of what was going to happen. Yep, that's exactly it. Let's get back there and get some food. Dogs are a land-based shark, primarily motivated by their mouth. And sense of smell. Yep, we're heading to Clyde's. Right after I finish this stream, we're going to head over there and get in line because I'm sure it's going to be a considerable wait. There's a few little leaves hanging on. There's that bench. See, this is where I remember I was saying I don't know how to dress. Now I'm way too hot. So they're open because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So they're open until tomorrow evening or until they run out of meat, whichever happens first. I must have been down here last weekend because I saw them plowing the parking lot. So it must have been last weekend. Head back up to this ice line here. It's always so interesting being here, you know, like now when there's no one here. And you almost wouldn't believe this place will be packed with people. People be waving flags, you know, and like James R. Barker and Paul R. Tregurtha. And just like a party atmosphere here in the summer. Can't find a parking spot. People are parking at Clyde's and walking out here in the summer. And here, middle of February, there's no one, of course, because there aren't any ships. Hear the mallards over there quacking at us. So this weekend, yesterday, was the start to a winter festival over there in Sault Ste Marie, Ontario, Canada, called Bon Sioux. So they had a fireworks show, and they have a whole week of events. Culminating on the next weekend, they're going to do the polar plunge, which I did do the polar plunge a couple of years ago. I was thinking about it, doing it again, but I don't know, I don't want to tempt my heart rhythm, you know? I had that surgery to get it fixed. I'm just like, I don't know if I want to purposely give myself that kind of a jolt, because I remember what it was like. It's quite the jolt, you know, when you do it. So I don't think I'm gonna be heading over for the polar plunge. So. Gosh, it's so nice. It's amazing how good 30 degrees feels when it's been in the single digits for weeks and weeks or lower. A week ago at the I-500, the wind chill in the morning was negative 34, and it never warmed up. And then out here now, look at that, bare handing it. It's crazy. Feels so nice. Almost need to come back with shorts and go tempt to that no sunbathing sign over there. Gotta watch where I'm stepping. Because the packed path is narrow. It's almost like a balancing act. Almost. I'm going to come up here to the peak here, the pile. There we go. Come here. Come here. He's looking at me like, what the heck? The food is right there, Cody. There we go. Come here. Yes. Oh, oh. Oh, yeah. He's the best boy. But he's looking at Clyde's. See it over there? He knows where all those good smells are coming from. That's for sure. And that's where we're going to go here very shortly. Hey, George. There we go. We're going to see how full the parking lot is. It's going to be a wait. That is for sure. I don't know if I even see it this full during the summer. It might, because there's more parking. They don't have so much snow or any snow. I'm going to spin around here. You see the ice line there in the St. Mary's River. Hoping this will somehow get broken up, pushed down somehow for the ferry. Then it makes you wonder how the Nebish Island ferry's doing down there. That's all ice there across, the rapid moving water. That's all ice. All over there. Argo. Hey, Argo, come here. Come here. Come here. Come here, Argo. Come on. He's not having it. He's like, he's had enough of my shenanigans. Here. I'm trying to get him to, Argo, come up here. Come on. There we go. Get down here with him. There we are. There's the best boy. I don't taste as good as the Clydesburger. But thanks for, I know this is really impromptu on a Saturday. I want to come down here and show around, show you the Clydes is open. Just kind of this little update here from Sault Ste Marie. Nope, the ferry's getting ready to go. So that's them. So thanks for joining Argo and myself, watching me get half buried in the snow. Enjoy the rest of your day. We'll see you soon.